The US celebrated another World Cup victory at the Groupama Stadium here in Lyon last night, beating the Netherlands 2-0 and becoming the first side since Germany in 2009 to triumph at back-to-back tournaments. Well, this was the scene in New York, where fans gathered on the streets to support their team. They watched as captain Megan Rapinoe set the US on their way, breaking 61 minutes of Dutch resistance. Rose Lavelle then wrapped up the win for her side, ranked #1 in the world by FIFA. Well, joining us now is our sports editor, Andy Rubini. Andy, what a final. The US, of course, had to work harder for their victory this time compared to some of the other matches, but in the end, they're worthy winners.
They are. There's so much experience in this team, and once the US reached the showpiece match, there was never real doubt as to who would lift this trophy. But the first half, I mean, resilient defending, as you said, from the Dutch. We've seen it before in the semi-final. That's exactly what they were able to do, and against the US, they were able to resist. The US had systematically opened the scoring within the first 12 minutes of every single game, but they couldn't unlock this Dutch defence. In the second half, though, they were able to do so. A penalty was given to the US following a VAR review. Megan Rapinoe coolly converted, scoring her 6th goal of the tournament. She became the golden boot. 1-0 for the US. Lavelle then made it 2-0. This was the final score. The Dutch didn't really try pushing, just the US had too much experience on the pitch. These US fans were celebrating in Lyon. Our Euronews correspondent, Cinzia Rizzi, was outside the stadium. Let's take a look.
The United States were crowned world champions for the 4th time in history after beating the Netherlands in the Women's World Cup final in Lyon. The defending champions lifted the cup again thanks to a 2-0 victory. Jill Ellis players struggled in the first half to beat the Dutch defence before the Golden Boot winner, Megan Rapinoe, opened the scoring in the 61st minute through a penalty kick. Only 8 minutes later, Rose Lavelle closed the game with a shot into the bottom right-hand corner. At this point, the Americans had the title in their hands, while the European champions had to give up their dream. More than 20,000 American supporters witnessed their national team triumph at the Groupama Stadium, which was almost sold out with 57,900 tickets sold.
So happy. We came all the way here. We've been saving forever to make sure we could make it to the tournament, so this was amazing.
Absolutely beyond amazing. Our second World Cup. We went to the Canadian one, and now we're here, and we're having the time of our life.
It was just amazing to be here in person. 2 great teams, giving it their all. It was fabulous to be able to cheer. And the Dutch fans are wonderful, so the American fans had to bring it.
Dutch fans were very disappointed. Even though the US were the big favorites, they were hoping for a miracle, relying on their strong defense as they did during the semi-final against Sweden.
America, they were better today. They were really better. And our defenders, they just couldn't stop Rapinoe. There was no option.
What did the Netherlands miss to win this game?
I think the penalty, there wasn't a penalty, I think.
The curtain falls on the Women's World Cup. Following the success of this 8th edition, FIFA President Gianni Infantino said he wants to expand the tournament to 32 teams in 2023 and double the prize money. Cinzia Rizzi for Euronews in Lyon.
Well, Andy, what about the tournament overall? It seems to have showcased some great footballing talent.
Yeah, some great talent on and off the pitch. Let's start with off the pitch with the managers, and Jill Ellis, for example, the US national team coach, who showed us how well she can adapt in any given situation. Against France, for example, when they were 2-1 up, reverting to 5 at the back, completely changing the system in order to counter-attack France and make sure that they would keep this result. Against England, everybody expected Megan Rapinoe to be up against Lucy Bronze. rounds. I will say they faked a hamstring injury. You can't recover that quickly from such an injury. But and then in the final, bringing back Megan Rapinoe, which was a great move. We saw it. She's the best player in the tournament. Megan Rapinoe, Caroline Graham-Hansen, Kosovari Aslani, just an abundance of talented players. It was a great tournament, and in the end, the US have won their fourth World Cup crown.
Maybe they'll go for a third next time round. Andy Rubini, our sports editor, thanks very much.